Here's the truth no one wants to hear. You're not behind because the world is unfair. You're behind because of you. Your procrastination. Your distractions. Your excuses. Your fear. Your overthinking. That's hard to admit, but it's also your power. Because if you're the problem, you can be the solution. And that changes everything. You have to look yourself in the mirror and say, I created this version of me, and I can recreate it too. No more blaming school, parents, friends, economy, or your past. You're an adult now. The pain you didn't cause may not be your fault. But the future you build from here. That's 100% yours. The biggest mistake people make. They wait for a perfect plan before they take action. But success doesn't start with a strategy. It starts with a decision. A raw, emotional, burning decision to say, no more. I'm done wasting time. I want more from life, and I'm willing to work for it. When you're sick of being average, stuck, overlooked, tired, that's when you commit. Plans will come. Systems will evolve. But first, you need a reason so strong, it breaks your patterns. Ask yourself, what do I hate about where I am now? What will my life look like in 3 years if I don't change? What's the cost of staying this way? Answer these honestly. Write them down. This is your fuel. You will fail. You will fall behind. You will want to quit. But the only real failure is quitting before it gets good. Most people never change because they're scared they'll mess up again. And guess what? They do. But the successful ones don't let that stop them. They fall, but they don't fold. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. You'll miss a workout. You'll have bad days. You'll fall into old habits. Here's the truth no one wants to hear. You're not behind because the world is unfair. You're behind because of you. Your procrastination. Your distractions. Your excuses. Your fear. Your overthinking. That's hard to admit, but it's also your power. Because if you're the problem, you can be the solution. And that changes everything. You have to look yourself in the mirror and say, I created this version of me, and I can recreate it too. No more blaming school, parents, friends, economy, or your past. You're an adult now. The pain you didn't cause may not be your fault. But the future you build from here. That's 100% yours. The biggest mistake people make. They wait for a perfect plan before they take action. But success doesn't start with a strategy. It starts with a decision. A raw, emotional, burning decision to say, no more. I'm done wasting time. I want more from life, and I'm willing to work for it. When you're sick of being average, stuck, overlooked, tired, that's when you commit. Plans will come. Systems will evolve. But first, you need a reason so strong, it breaks your patterns. Ask yourself, what do I hate about where I am now? What will my life look like in 3 years if I don't change? What's the cost of staying this way? Answer these honestly. Write them down. This is your fuel. You will fail. You will fall behind. You will want to quit. But the only real failure is quitting before it gets good. Most people never change because they're scared they'll mess up again. And guess what? They do. But the successful ones don't let that stop them. They fall, but they don't fold. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. You'll miss a workout. You'll have bad days. You'll fall into old habits. But if you get up and keep going, you win. You don't need perfection for 6 months. You need persistence. You need forgiveness. You need to keep showing up. If you want to give yourself 6 months to succeed, you must subtract before you add. Start by cutting. Mindless scrolling. Toxic relationships. News addiction. Drama and gossip. Endless overthinking. Why? Because every distraction steals your energy. Your energy is your most valuable currency. Where it goes, life flows. Create a distraction detox. Delete apps. Block time wasters. Make your focus sacred. Then ask. What actually sets my soul on fire? What would I pursue even if no one clapped? That's where your 6-month mission begins. When you begin to change, the world won't clap. It'll question. It'll mock. It'll whisper. You'll hear. You've changed. 6 months won't make a difference. You're being too extreme. Let them laugh. Let them talk. They're watching your old version die, and they're uncomfortable. That's not your problem. You're not doing this for applause. You're doing it because you're tired of clapping for everyone else while you stay stuck. Prove it to yourself, not them. Our biggest battle over the next 6 months. It won't be physical. It won't be financial. It'll be mental. Your mind will say, you're tired. You're not seeing results. You're not like them. And your answer must be, I don't care. I'm not negotiating with weakness. Discipline is not a feeling. It's a decision that you repeat, every single day. You must build routines, anchors, and daily non-negotiables that keep you in motion even when you feel like quitting. Train your mind like a soldier. Every negative thought. Replace it. Every excuse. Crush it. Every lazy urge. Block it with action. In the first few weeks, nothing will change. No one will notice. Your bank account won't rise. Your body won't look different. Your skills will still suck. But you'll know something is happening, you're keeping a promise to yourself. That's where it all begins. The muscle you build first isn't in the gym, it's in your soul. The confidence you feel doesn't come from success, it comes from showing up. Every day you follow through, even when it's hard, you become someone new. Not a dreamer. Not a planner. A doer. And that's a dangerous person to doubt. This isn't a movie. There won't be music playing in the background. No one will cheer. It's just you. And the clock. And the choice. You don't need a better past. You don't need approval. You don't even need to feel ready. You just need to say, I don't care how I feel, I'm starting anyway. Because the secret to success isn't starting when you're confident. It's starting when you're scared and doing it anyway. This is your day one. This is where you stop talking and start doing. This is the decision that changes everything. Everyone starts their journey feeling inspired. You watch one video, read one quote, hear one speech, and you're fired up. You feel like you can conquer anything. But then life hits back. You oversleep. You get distracted. You're tired. You're frustrated. And suddenly, motivation is gone. Here's the truth. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the engine. If you rely on motivation, you'll only work when you feel like it. But if you master discipline, you'll work even when every part of you wants to quit. This part of your 6-month journey is where you become dangerous, because you stop needing permission to act. Discipline is not about punishment. It's not about being strict or robotic. It's about self-respect. When you say you'll do something, and you follow through, you build trust with yourself. Every time you wake up when you said you would. Show up when you don't feel like it. Push through without applause. You're telling your brain, I am someone who does what they say. That trust? That's the foundation of power. Here's a secret, successful people don't wake up every day with motivation. They wake up with habits. A habit is an action that's become automatic. It removes the need to decide or feel like it. Want to win this 6-month challenge? Focus on habits, not hype. Repeat button the 21-90 rule. It takes 21 days to build a habit. It takes 90 days to make it a lifestyle. You don't need 20 habits. Start with 3. A morning anchor, e.g., 5-minute meditation, journaling, or a cold shower. A learning habit, e.g., 30 minutes of reading or skill building daily. A discipline rep, e.g., one task you absolutely hate, but do anyway. Track them daily. These are your mental reps. I don't have time is the adult version of, my dog ate my homework. You have time. You just don't have control of your time. The enemy is scrolling endlessly. Replying to every notification. Saying yes to everything. Watching instead of building. Here's your fix. Wake up early or stay up late. Find your 90 minutes of focus. Block time for deep work, self-growth, movement, and rest. Use timers, 50 minutes work/10 minutes break. Repeat x3. 1 day a week equals full reflection/reset day, journaling, review, planning. Your calendar is your commitment. If it's not scheduled, it doesn't exist. Discipline gets boring. That's why most people fail. They confuse boredom with failure. But listen carefully. If it's boring, it's working. Repetition is mastery. The gym will feel repetitive. Studying will feel dull. Writing will feel slow. Practicing will feel tedious. That's where transformation hides, in the quiet, repetitive daily grind. Show up anyway. Discipline is not just what you do, it's what you stop doing. Fire delete list. Stop watching motivational videos all day. Stop checking messages first thing in the morning. Stop following people who make you feel behind. Stop comparing, gossiping, doom scrolling. You need space to focus. You need silence to hear your inner drive. Do a 7-day dopamine detox from social media, sugar, gossip, porn, negative news. Your brain will fight. Let it. That's the sign you're regaining control. Most people think willpower is limited. That's only true if you don't train it. Here's how to build it daily. Wake up 30 minutes earlier than you want to. Take cold showers. Do 10 push-ups when you don't feel like it. Practice 10 minutes of silence, no phone, no input. Say no once a day to something tempting. Every small victory is a rep for your mental strength. Willpower is like lifting weights. You won't bench press 200 pounds on day 1. But if you're consistent, you'll get stronger, fast. Discipline requires you to become your own coach, not your critic. Right now, your inner voice might say, you always mess up. You're not consistent. You'll never make it. Rewrite that. I don't miss 2 days in a row. Every time I fall, I rise smarter. I'm not perfect, I'm persistent. Talk to yourself like someone you love. You can't hate yourself into growth. Every day, write one powerful sentence. One truth about who you're becoming. Say it out loud. Confidence doesn't come from clapping. It comes from keeping promises to yourself. Every small win builds evidence. You said you'd work out. You did. If you always rely on willpower, you'll burn out. What you need is systems. Example. Goal, learn a new skill. System, study 45 minutes at 7 a.m., 5 days a week. Goal, lose 10 kilograms. System, eat same healthy breakfast every day, track food once a day. Goal, launch YouTube channel. System, write one script per week, record on Sunday, post on Monday. Create systems that remove choice. Don't ask, do I feel like it? Just follow the system. Systems succeed even when you're tired. Around day 45 to day 90, you'll hit the wall. You'll question everything. Why am I doing this? I'm not seeing results. I'm tired. I deserve a break. This is the most dangerous phase. Most people quit here. Not because they can't make it, but because it feels pointless. This is where real discipline is born. Your job is not to feel amazing every day. Your job is to keep going, especially when you don't. Just remember. The gym isn't supposed to feel magical every day. Studying won't always feel exciting. Success is not always obvious, it's stacked quietly. Don't stop. This is where 99% fail, and where your future self will thank you for not joining them. You've made it through the excitement. You've built routines. You've committed. And now? Things feel quiet. This is where most people panic. Because they expect visible progress. They want loud success. They want proof. But real growth doesn't start with applause. It starts in silence. This is the invisible phase, where everything feels still on the outside. But everything is shifting inside you. If you're here, congratulations. You're exactly where greatness begins. No one talks about how lonely self-growth can be. You'll lose friends. Not because they're bad. But because they don't understand the new version of you. You'll skip events. Say no more often. Prioritize solitude. People will ask. Where have you been? Why are you acting different? You've changed. They'll say it like it's a bad thing. But you'll know. You had to disappear for a while to come back stronger. Solitude is your sharpening ground. It's where clarity is born. It's where you meet the real you, no distractions, no noise. And trust me, that version of you. They're worth the silence. In this phase, success isn't about how much you do. It's about how much you can handle without breaking. You will feel impatient, anxious, doubtful, frustrated, exhausted. And yet, you'll still get up. You'll still show up. You'll still move forward. That's emotional discipline. And it's rare. You'll learn to pause, breathe, reflect, then respond. Not to scream. Not to panic. Not to break. You become calm under pressure. And that's when the world starts calling you strong. But you'll know. I'm not strong. I'm trained. You can't outgrow a toxic environment. Look around. Is your space clean or chaotic? Do your friends support your growth or distract you from it? Does your digital world fuel your mind or drain it? If your surroundings don't match your goals, you'll always feel conflicted. Time to upgrade. Your room, make it a temple, not a storage unit. Your phone, delete anything that steals your time without giving back. Your playlists, replace noise with focus. Your circle, keep only those who push you forward or inspire from afar. Growth is hard enough. Don't let your environment be another enemy. During this quiet phase, you're doing something most ignore. You're sharpening your mind. Even when you don't see changes physically or financially, your mental muscles are growing. 30 minutes of reading per day equals 180 plus hours in 6 months. That's the equivalent of several books, podcasts, documentaries, masterclasses. Topics to explore: psychology, productivity, communication, business or your craft, health and focus, philosophy. This is how you slowly turn into someone people want to listen to. You walk into rooms differently. You speak with calm certainty. Why? Because you've been building yourself when no one was watching. Progress often feels invisible, until you write it down. Every morning or night, open your journal and answer these. What did I do well today? What did I learn today? Where did I slip, and how can I fix it tomorrow? How do I feel right now? Journaling does three things. It captures your truth. It shows your patterns. It rewires your thoughts. In 6 months, these pages will be your treasure map. You'll flip back and realize, I was growing all along. I just couldn't see it. Right when you think it's not working, you're closer than ever. You'll be tempted to skip just one day. To binge, scroll, escape. To go back to the old you. That's the final test before your next breakthrough. Remember, you don't need a breakthrough to keep going. You just need to keep going until the breakthrough comes. You're in the mud now, the hardest part. But growth doesn't bloom in perfect light. It grows in pressure. Stay rooted. Stay still. This season is sacred. No likes. No comments. No applause. It feels like no one cares, right? Good. Because in this silence, you're building unshakable confidence, confidence that doesn't rely on praise. When no one's watching, you lift. You read. You write. You practice. You create. You keep your promises. That's what makes you unstoppable. Not who claps, but who you become when no one is clapping. One of the fastest ways to sabotage your 6-month transformation is to compare your day 60 to someone else's year 6. Comparison kills joy. It blinds you to your own journey. Instead of asking, why am I not there yet? Ask, where was I 60 days ago? What have I built internally? What am I proud of today? Track your growth. Your speed. Your depth. The only competition. Who you were yesterday. Right now, someone is watching you. Not with likes or comments, but with curiosity. They see you. Showing up. Saying no. Moving different. Glowing in quiet confidence. You're becoming the person others look to for strength, even if they never say it. That's the power of silent leadership. You don't preach. You become. And that's enough. You started this journey with goals. But something bigger is happening now, you're becoming someone new. Notice what's changed. Your thoughts are clearer. Your language is stronger. Your energy is cleaner. Your standards are higher. Your time is protected. This isn't just 6 months. It's a rebirth. A reinvention. You're not fixing yourself. You're finally meeting yourself. That version of you, the focused one, the grounded one, the unshakable one. They were always there. You just needed space to find them. You've been working in silence. Disappeared into your habits. Surrounded by solitude. Drenched in self-growth. And then, something strange happens. You wake up, and it feels easier to move. You walk past the mirror, and double back. Someone messages you, you're glowing lately. It's subtle. Quiet. Whisper-like. But it's real. These are the first whispers of change. The results are starting to show. And now, the real momentum begins. You didn't realize it until now, but everything has shifted. You say no with more confidence. Finish tasks you once delayed for weeks. Sleep deeper. Feel lighter, even when life gets heavy. Think before reacting. Speak with clarity instead of chaos. The change didn't shout. It whispered. And now it's echoing through every part of your life. These small wins. They are the bricks that build empires. This is when people finally say it. You've changed. You're so consistent now. You look more focused lately. And for a moment, it feels good. Validation. Proof. But here's your reminder. You didn't do this for them. You did it for the person you promised to become. Don't let praise become your new addiction. Let it pass through you. Stay grounded. Celebrate quietly. Keep building loudly, in silence. Months ago, you had to force yourself to wake up early. Now, you do it automatically. Your habits have become your identity. You don't try to. Eat better. Read daily. Avoid negativity. Finish your tasks. Reflect at night. You just do it. This is the magic of systems over willpower. You built a life you don't need to escape from. Now, your systems carry you, even on your worst days. You realize something powerful. The richest thing you've gained isn't money. It's energy. You wake up with clarity. You enter rooms with calm confidence. You make decisions faster. You don't tolerate chaos anymore. You protect your space. You protect your time. You protect your peace like it's gold, because it is. People chase goals. You've discovered something greater. The energy to enjoy them. In the beginning, you had goals. Lose 10 kilograms. Launch a project. Read 12 books. Make $X/month. But now, it's different. You don't just chase outcomes. You live by standards. You don't miss workouts because you don't do excuses anymore. You don't waste hours because your time is sacred now. You don't beg for attention because you know your worth. You raised your baseline. And that changes everything. You stop saying, "I don't have time. I'm too busy. Maybe later." Why? Because you realize you were never short on time. You were short on clarity. Now you start the day with a plan. Say no without guilt. Time block your energy zones. Move with urgency, not panic. Make rest productive, not wasteful. You own your minutes. And as a result, you start owning your life. Your old identity was reactive. Now, it's intentional. Everything in your environment is aligned. The quotes on your wall. The books on your shelf. The tabs you keep open. The people you talk to. The routines you default to. You've built a life that supports your identity, even when you're tired, stressed, or uninspired. Your habits became anchors. Your space became sacred. Your identity became solid. You don't try to be disciplined anymore. You are disciplined. Let's be clear. You still mess up. You miss workouts. Waste time. Feel insecure. Procrastinate. But now, the difference is massive. You bounce back faster. You don't spiral. You don't self-destruct. You don't restart from zero. You pause, correct, and move forward. That's what growth really is. Not never failing, but recovering like a pro. For years, you didn't know what you really wanted. Too many choices. Too much noise. Too many opinions. Now, your path isn't perfect, but it's clearer than ever. You've eliminated distractions. Learned your patterns. Honed your instincts. Discovered your voice. Taken action long enough to see what works. That clarity, it didn't come from thinking. It came from doing. And the more you move, the more your vision sharpens. The world is still chaotic. Still loud. Still unfair. Still full of temptation. But you've changed. You respond instead of react. You observe instead of judge. You stay rooted while others chase trends. You choose depth over noise. You value peace over attention. That's the ultimate growth. You didn't just upgrade your habits. You upgraded your operating system.